more about that.
All right, you're being recorded. Go. Who's got the train?
Me.
Chugga, 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 chugga,
I know.
chugga, chugga, chugga.
It like.
No, you know what it is?
has this-
Oh, you know what it is? Petticoat Junction. Here comes Uncle Joe. He's a moving kind of slow at the junction. Petticoat
That's right.
Junction. Chugga, 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 chugga,
Oh my god.
Junction.
Junction. Chugga, chugga, chugga.
The train gets so it's like all the sound. It's across the freeway, so it's.
No, Petticoat
not, like,
Junction is in near
super close.
Mayberry.
No, I know. No, I totally get what you're saying.
No, wait.
but-
That's Petticoat Junction was a Green Acres spinoff, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was Green Acres spinoff.
Yeah, the Shady Rust movie.
Or
It
was
was.
Green
It
Acres
was.
a
No.
spinoff of Petticoat Junction?
No, Petticoat.
Supposedly that's the place to be.
It is. It is the
It's totally the place to be.
spin-off of Green Acres. And I'll shut up because I don't want to interrupt. Go. Everything's back.
No, all I was saying is that the way the sound comes in, like, to our yard, the train shakes our house and it's across the freeway. We can feel it under the ground. It's so weird.
Yeah, it runs
Hey.
on tracks that are on the ground, so it vibrates.
No, I know, but it's far enough away that I drove by it last night. I was like, what the hell is up with this train? Because it always sounds like it feels like there's somebody drilling underneath us. Literally. Did you guys see Elon Musk already completed a tunnel?
Oh yeah.
Elon Musk's
been
name
working
is
on that shit.
33 in Chaldean gematria.
Yep.
It also just goes to show you how much vibrations actually make an impact on the planet.
It does, and the sound also carries. We have so many trees around us, but it's like
Yep.
with this one. There's like this. It's almost like like one of those. At the park, you talk into the little thing, and then your friend and kids can hear the other thing. It's like this. I don't.
Oh,
know.
definitely.
It's really- Anyway, sorry. Go ahead and talk about the orbs.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yes, orbs. What are they? They're within our planet. They're also seen in outer space.
Well, let me posit this question, because the other thing that I study and that I went to Peru for last year is to study these elongated skulls. And so that's another thing that I write about. So, I mean, what's that? These Paracas skulls, these Paracas people.
Yeah, what is that? That's a good
Did
Did they
question.
do DNA testing on them? Didn't Brian
Well,
Parker do some
they've been
DNA
doing
testing?
that, but, and that's a big controversy. And that the quote unquote Illuminati owns all that DNA shit. So, that being aside, the morphology of their cranial structure is different from ours. In other words,
I think everybody knows that, but what's the,
Yeah, but
Well,
no, not
no,
everyone.
how does the
That's the sad
Illuminati,
thing.
how do you own the DNA?
Not everyone knows that.
They teach lies in school, and they teach the archaeology students and stuff like this that these people were put in a cradle board. In other words, that they were.
No, yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah, but that does not increase the volume of your head by shaping a human head does not make it twice as big.
You would have to
No.
add bone in order to do that.
But I've been
Well-
down there. I've seen the specimens, and right above the specimens in the Peruvian, government museum where we did take illegal pictures, it gave the whole cradle boarding thing up there. In other words, that's the story you're supposed to believe. But how they trick people is this, and I figured this out. I've never heard this anywhere before. Here's what they do with the human being. We know that usually the male skull is a little bit slightly bigger than the female skull. Basically, they're the same size. Okay. Well, but in this movie, I hate to even say it, but what's it called? Battlefield Earth, or that's a whole other narrative that's going on. But anyway, this type of people, whatever they are, the man's head was like twice the size as the woman's. In other words, and so maybe their entire body was that much bigger, but they were definitely the same. But see, we have two occipital plates in the back of our head, and one on the left and one on the right. Then we have this frontal plate. They don't have that. They just have a front plate and a back plate. and it goes way up, and there's a big hole in the middle, and their jaw is super robust.
So it was maybe a different species of human or something
No, they're
else
not
altogether.
human.
Well, I
They're
mean,
not
that's
human.
you're just
It's the
Or something else
Sumerians.
altogether.
One thing
Back
is
to
for sure, they were
Sumerians.
eating food and they were sitting up there and they were shitting and pissing and everything like that. But no, they weren't human. But they were, and what it is that's the narrative that's been denied us. That's really the most top secret, more beyond top secret besides space and all this other shit. The whole goddamn planet used to be full of these motherfuckers. But basically, it must have been some type of war. But we're finding out the humans exterminated.
What if those
the giant?
What if those people turned out to be humans who time traveled back to do that?
I don't buy any of that crap.
What if it's true?
Oh, that's an interesting
It
thought,
doesn't
though.
matter anyway. If it's true, it's still the same narrative. It's still the
No,
same.
but
How could we
what's
find their skulls if they time traveled back?
wait. What I'm saying is that, well, maybe what I'm saying is that they most likely are human, just a different offshoot or augmented somehow.
That they originated on the planet.
Well,
Yes.
I'm glad you brought that up because all these opinions we hear on this are very scientific and everything. And this is where it's made me realize people have different natures and different bents and everything like this. And I'm someone who tends to think more in an archetypal type of way. In other words, I see the human being as a pattern, and there's other variations of this pattern. But I mean, whether it's a man with I'm not saying that half man and half creatures used to walk around somewhere, but there's probably been certain types that have and these other types were obviously astral realities or astral spirits or something like this. Well, I mean, that's almost right there by the land of the the realm of the archetypes. In other words, you have to have a pattern before you can have something that's real. And so,
Well, what if it has nothing to do with archetypes or any kind of astral anything?
Plus,
what
those
if
are
it's
human conventions.
an evolution?
what if it was evolution?
What if it was? I wouldn't even say evolution.
Or a super
Evolution is
evolved,
probably a bad word.
Or like,
Yeah. What if it's?
you're
What if it's
related
like?
to a monkey or something? Is that what you're?
I would say the fact that our past is greatly misdescribed. I wouldn't even say maybe evolution. You could say that, but our evolution in itself then would be greatly misdescribed.
Well, sure.
Very
that science back then was rolled in with someone else, but let's just look at the experts, the so-called experts, whether they're telling the lie, telling the truth. Who has been the keepers, the guardians of these stories? Well, one is religion, and then the other one might be philosophy, or in today's world, materialistic science. But who's that third player? The people that are claiming we know all the secrets and all that stuff.
Yeah, like the Smithsonian.
Well, no, that's gets into
No, higher than the Smithsonian.
Oh yeah, but the Smithsonian is.
Well, no, you really
keeper.
gave a great example there because, and I don't know if I've told you, I don't want to really get on my book right now, but my great uncle, when he did retire from Congress, he went to go head the Smithsonian right after that. So this, it's all detailed in my book that's already finished, and we're getting it printed up right now. Actually, we're going to be giving them away for free on the Swans website on a continuity funnel, or at least the e-versions. But it's called,
And that's why
they created the national security state, and then in parentheses, no need to thank me. So that's really what got me this interview with Miles Johnston and Rex Bear from the Leak Project.
And
it's just that
you have a unique perspective, dude, which is it's good to hear. But sometimes I wonder, dude, what if it's all just I keep on saying evolution, but what if it's just history? What if it's just history that is greatly misdescribed throughout time?
Of course it is.
Oh yeah. Have y'all heard of the chronology deniers? Have y'all heard of this? Sir Newton, Isaac Newton was the original chronology denier. But it's the idea that two Jesuit priests completely fucked up all of the years, and they
it was more than two.
It was Scalgary was the guy's name. Scalgary.
Way more than two.
He's a Jesuit, led the Benedictine monks. Yeah, I know the whole thing. That's all in the.
The Russians know it.
I know. I know. I'm trying to think of his name.
Flamenco.
Anatoly Flamenco was the guy who found it out.
Flamenco found out, but it's
you
can read it in the history.
You're well informed, brother. I mean, that
if you
that
research
right there. Charismatic.
Does he
Lewis
really know
says
that?
has cognitive dissonance. You see, just that idea that you proposed from this author. Would you say his name again, please?
Flamenco.
Flamenco.
Anatoly Flamenco.
Antonio Flamenco. Yeah. Well, you know, just the ideas. Some of those ideas are so alien to the regular people that we know and love. They may be in our home. We work with them, whatever. Just people, right? That it has what's called
dude,
cognitive.
I don't talk to other people about shit like this.
Oh no,
The tops their heads
Aim,
blow
what did you
off.
say?
the fact that this very
What?
the cognitive dissonance. That means
Okay.
it hits you in the head like a sledgehammer so hard that you
Yeah.
can't even contemplate it because the psychological blow of the
That's
idea
the next.
itself fuck with your head.
That's the next point I would like to make. That what if it's all bullshit?
Of course, it's
Well, there's
all
some
bullshit.
shit that's not bullshit because they found stuff.
Yeah, but how do you know that they found stuff unless you found it for yourself?
But I mean,
Because we're alive.
there's
I mean, that's
Yeah, we're alive, and that's
there
fucking
are,
amazing.
I
But
mean, you can see
unless
the
you find something for yourself, how do you know for sure?
videos.
Or unless you see something for yourself, how do you know for sure?
Well, yeah, that's true. Right.
I don't have that answer, but what I have to do all these dang exercises and stuff like that, and the ego fights you on this. But you know, for me, or what they're trying to teach me is getting centered and getting balanced, and also love. And I was just, this whole deal about love. I just, you know, in a goddamn, and there's some type of awakening going on, and
I think ultimately we would deny all of it if we were to truly be like get to that point of love and be like you're saying, like
You can't
so
deny all
cute.
of it.
I don't know.
I don't know.
There's
The
gotta
stuff,
be
the stuff.
history.
Well, yeah, there is history, and yeah, but how much of that is a bullshit lie that we've discovered now?
Probably whatever's in the mainstream, whatever is on the fringe, I would say is what the real history
Yeah,
is.
but
Whatever,
and
whatever,
all we know is our own.
whatever gets pushed back, and you're told you're stupid or dumb or that's retarded.
Right.
That's what
that's
the truth
fucking
is.
history.
That's truth.
Yep,
Because that
that's the
system's
truth.
Yeah,
pushing
but-
back against you.
See, I don't know if that's 100% true yet because I think we're still working out the details.
Yeah,
but I
you're
think,
you're still
like
I
you're
believe
saying,
it.
Jerry, you're on the right track.
You have
You're
to
on the
have a
right track.
framework. You have to have a philosophical framework to put all these ideas in to make them make sense. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of scatterbrain, you know, super genius shit. I'm sorry.
So true, so true,
So
dude.
what I've chosen for me, and I'm not saying that this is true, is the Sophianic narrative, as basically put out almost straight verbatim by John Lamb Lash. It makes sense to me. It makes sense with history. It answers every fucking question, including the aliens. And it's the oldest shit in the world that they've tried to kill it out of the world for so long. And what the bottom line is, this, you know, God that I was raised to, you know, worship in the church, this Jehovah, okay? I know its real name and everything like this.
You
I
were raised that way, Jehovah's Witness.
Wait, is Jehovah Jupiter or
I was
Saturn?
Methodist. Very, very materialistic
Methodist.
church. Yeah, we, you know, it was all about. It was a very good church. I got to go to. You know, I don't want to get into that right now, but but I was raised as a Methodist. Okay, but anyway, my earliest memory in childhood is forsaking Jesus and saying I don't believe this shit. But I just kept it to myself. But the thing is, I've been, of course, heavily involved in the occult my entire life, and I'm in secret societies and shit like this. Well, a lot of these Western secret societies, of course, there's many figures they venerate, whatever, honor. I mean, maybe not worship or whatever, but, you know, there's really that one central one, you know, and it's the same one, you know, that's whatever Jehovah or you want to call it. You know, we have a name for it. And that's just the narrative that works for me. Because it's like, it's the same language the church is using. It's the same language all the secret societies are using. They fucking had this world under domination the entire fucking time. And not what they teach to us, but what they believe. And
You're
I'm
pretty
not,
much. You're saying there's
They're
something
not
about
dominating it, though. They're just steering the narrative, and now we are figuring out what the narrative is, so we can steer it.
well, we've
in
already
our
been
way.
told what the narrative was about 2,000 years ago. What it comes down to is every man, woman, and child on the face of this earth, unless there's some yogi on the top of the mountain, has an archontic attachment that you've had with, you know, it's just sucking the life out of you.
Yeah, I don't believe in that
Trying to
stuff.
put conflict in you know, there's no amount of meditation or, you know, the best you can hope to do
No,
is
well, you have to. That's a belief. That's a belief system.
You may
If
be
you
right.
believe in the archonic, you know, if you believe in that, then yeah, it's going
What
to take
if-
the life out of you.
what
But
if-
if you don't believe in it,
What if?
Well, yeah.
Wait, shh, I got a question. What if what we call a soul is actually technology and part of the matrix, and therefore that is this attachment, this archontic attachment?
What's the fucking difference, right? There is a machine, right? No, I agree. I'm agreeing with both of y'all wholeheartedly. That's why I'm, being so emphatic. Is yeah, whether we have an archontic connection or we have our like heart to this machine. Yeah, it's a got there. Yeah, and what I think it is like a machine matrix, whatever you want to call it. But there's at least one or more nested within one another. And one of these things, either the one we're in or the one right above it, is fucking broken. And as far as I can tell, this fight for all these different, technologies and
It's
wisdom and
all
shit like
fucking
this,
broken and breaking down.
they're private machine.
I wouldn't call it technologies. I think that is kind of a distraction. But let me say for a second, it's fucking amazing we are having this conversation right now.
And it is being recorded.
Dude,
Right
how,
now on a
how
DS.
high
it is
are you?
technology, Bernard. I know. How high are you?
No, just listening to what Jerry just said and what I am just said, and
Yeah.
dude, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is what
We're
we talk
talking
about all the time.
things about every.
And do all this shit. Have you ever noticed one thing? They never wanted to do it while they were alive. They only wanted to do it when they're dead. I'm starting to
Because
come
they
to
Wait a
believe
minute,
in
wait. Stop. Hold the phone.
Space travel is completely possible.
I
but
don't
you have
know
to be
about
dead.
that.
Dude, aren't
I don't
you
know.
Light ships.
a domineering pharaonic bloodline?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you would know then because you have the genetic memory in you to know this.
Well, you're probably right.
What is
There-
a dominating pharaonic?
He's of the
bloodline?
pharaonic. He's of the pharaoh's bloodline of the dominating pharaohs.
Pharaonic dominators.
Yes.
That's why, I had that book, My Fate of the National Security State. So, no need to thank me. But,
But the ones that would purposely
I could trace my blood
go
back
into a
to
like
Solomon.
trance in order to come out in a different way after the ones that would purposely take a poison, they would put them under a trance and enter death essentially.
temple death, I mean, they knew
Yeah,
they weren't gonna-
it would. I guess you could call it temple. It
That's
was
just like
temple death in a way.
when Jesus saved that rich man's son after whatever Lazarus or whatever it was, after 3.5 days. That's just a metaphor for occult rituals they were doing. That's all
Yep.
they were doing.
It is.
And it
That's
all
exactly
sounds
it.
like all the shit they did in MK Ultra and the Montauk Project too.
Yeah, it's all
and
this,
then
yeah.
there were people that used to, their heart, like people would pronounce people dead, and then they would wake up,
And they would
like,
say
3 days
titties and
later,
ass.
2 days later, 40.
No, yeah, no, you're right.
whatever.
They wouldn't say
I've
titties.
been
and
Yeah.
ass.
Rituals,
They
personally.
say, "Where the fuck are we now?"
I've made it with my own sewing machine. Yes, I'm absolutely. I can't give you all any details, or they could cut out my fucking tongue and cut out my guts and shit. But yeah, no, of course, yeah, it's all Egyptian. It's all
There
fucking
could be a fan base for that. I am.
fan base.
Yeah, the sewing machine.
Yeah, well, it's been a miracle. I've got a really kick-ass marketing team, and so we're learning how to
Market.
navigate the deal, and find out where the what do you call sustainability is at, right? Because you got to
Don't use the word sustainability in this conversation, please.
Why not?
The
Though?
new term is
Because I hate that word.
permaculture.
It's
I know I'm talking about
goes
revenue.
to-
Yeah, I mean, just to pay bills and shit like that. Right?
all the Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, Agenda 2045. It's all about sustainability. It's governmental speak in my
No,
world.
well, that's why I always say support local, support not the
Yeah,
government.
but you don't even know what I'm talking about.
No, yeah, you're talking about the Prussian education system. Am I right?
No,
I'm talking
no.
about the bills.
She's
that
talking
they
about
have.
the UN Agenda 2030 and the
Yeah,
owning
yeah,
the weather by
I caught that.
2025. But that's not what you're
And the
talking.
Yeah,
sustainability.
He's talking about
where they,
personal community sustainability.
Yeah, yeah,
I heard it Gen 21. I was like, God damn.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty fucked up. So they
yeah.
want everybody to
it's,
move into little boxes.
That's
and-
listen.